Good morning, Nicole. It's Wednesday.
Oh, hi, Mark. It's been a long time since we vlogged. So, for this video, I will talk about things that I learned in the past semester and feminism. So, for things I learned over the semester, one is that I have to set up this kind of reward system for myself. Like, whenever I get something done, I'm allowed to watch an episode on Netflix. Or I'll get to have like fruit snacks. I'm obsessed with those now. Like, we went to Costco and I got like an 80 pack of them, in case you thought I was kidding. Another thing that I learned over the fall semester, which I might have told you in person, I'm not really sure at this point, is that listening to movie soundtracks actually helps a lot when I'm studying. Like, for some reason it makes me feel like I have a purpose. Like, when I'm listening to Lord of the Rings or something, I study for hours, and then at the end I'm like, oh, it's been 4 hours. Another thing I learned is drink a lot of water, hence this thing. That's about it. I didn't really learn anything else during the semester that would be that useful to share. So feminism. Most people don't seem to realize that feminism actually means you want equality for men and women, which is kind of funny because there are the crazy feminists that try to say that men are the worst and they just hate men, and it's like that's not even what it is. I think that the crazy feminists are the ones that you hear about the most, and maybe they have good intentions about getting women more rights, but at the same time they don't go about a good way of doing it, and it just becomes about hating on another group when it's really just supposed to be about equality. It's almost like when you hear about Islamic people and you hear that they're all terrorists or something, and it's like that's probably less than 10% of them, but that's the only ones you're ever going to hear about. Like, I'm pretty sure most feminists aren't like the crazy ones that will like hate on men or something. Before I forget, there's this thing I wanted to mention about feminism that tends to come up when you talk about Western feminism, and it's about how women elsewhere in the world have it a lot worse than you do, and you shouldn't be all nitpicky about like, oh, you're getting catcalled on the street, but people try to compare different kinds of oppression, and maybe it isn't as bad as people that have to deal with it elsewhere in the world, but at the same time, you shouldn't try to lessen someone else's oppression just because it's not the same as yours. So I agree with what you had to say about feminism and everything. I don't really have all that much to add. I also want to point out one thing that I learned in my Women Culture Society class, and that was about how for Western feminism scholars, they try, like, apparently Laura Bush is one, or she is recognized as one. Shut up. Anyway, so some Western feminists have the wrong idea about going around the world and trying to help women of different races, and their idea of helping is going to the Middle East and just getting rid of hijabs and stuff, and just saying that like liberation is getting rid of headscarves, and it's like liberation has more to do with educating women and not letting the Taliban stop women from getting their education. Shut up, you all suck dick. Definitely didn't miss any of the people on my floor. An idea for the next video you make could be, what are you going to do differently this semester now that you have more experience in college? Totally forgot, but I just looked on Tumblr, and another idea for next week's video could be, are you for or against getting your kids vaccinated, and why or why not? We should have a good sign-off or something. Like, you know, on John Green's videos, like, he probably says something smart at the end. Or he'll say, I'll see you at this, like, I'll see you this day. We should have one of those. Let's get on that.